Humongous game in the round of 32 as the Netherlands take on Morocco. That's right, first place in the round of 16. Who, of course, will get the glory? Who, of course, will go home? We're going to get into that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look at the round 32 matchup between the Dutch and the Moroccans. That's right, who, of course, will continue their World Cup journey and who, of course, could go on a deep run in this World Cup. Of course, we'll take a look at all that and much more in just a second. If you're new where you've been, smash your subscribe. One-stop shop for Blackburn Rovers World Cup previews. That's right, we're previewing this game. There is going to be some good games in this World Cup, of course, later on in the tournament. But this is like a bloody masterpiece of a game, an absolutely cracker, which, of course, should have glory, should have goals. Of course, what's going to be in store? Who knows? We'll get into all of it in just a second. Big shout out to my members, big shout out to my patrons, big shout out to you. We're looking for 75 likes on this video, 48 for the likes for the nations that took part, the rest of them for just being still here. 75 likes. Please get involved with it. But let's get into this game. Of course, it's coming at you on the 29th of June at the Estadio Monterrey in Guadalupe, Mexico. What a venue for this game. Absolutely fantastic. The Dutch coming into this, and they look... I got to apologise. I got to apologise for both these two nations because I was not hot on either of them when it came into this. But I've been convinced. By both these two nations, and I honestly think there is a semi-final berth for one of these nations. I think the winner of this will be tough to stop. But anyway, the Dutch coming into this, they proved me wrong, and they are legit contenders. They did start with a bit of a bump against Japan, maybe kind of added a bit of fuel to my fire, but then they turned it up against Sweden, they turned it up against Tunisia, and honestly, I think there's another level. For this Dutch team. Standing in the way, though, is Morocco, who have just, against a bit of a bumpy start, Brazil, but they actually taught Brazil a bit of a football lesson in that game. They did take care of business against Scotland. I think it could have been more clinical than that, but I think they're just warming up in this World Cup. And again, not the best performance against Haiti, but they scored a buttload of goals, and they're serious and now into this competition, and they've got a very difficult start to this knockout stage for both these two nations. But anyway, enough about that. Let's take a look at how we got to here with the Dutch, who qualified as UEFA Group G winners on the 17th of November 2025. This is their 12th tournament. 2022 was the last. They were on a streak of 2 successive tournaments. They have made the final 3 times back in 74, 78 and 2010. It's been a long time since then, and they are well and truly overdue for a victory. They're managed by Ronald Koeman, who's got it all as a coach, has got it all as a player, except for the World Cup, of course, but that could change. The captain VVD, the VIP being Cody Gakpo, they're ranked 7th in the world rankings at the moment with FIFA. Let's take a look then at these personnel involved for the Dutch, likes of Bart van Bruggen between the sticks, likes of Denzel Dumfries, Ake, we've got Mickey van der Ven as well at the back line, John Paul van Hecke, ex-Blackburn Rovers player there, of course, former loanee, into midfield, likes of Tanji Reiners, we've got Toon Cooper Miners, Ryan Gravenberch as well, up top, likes of Depay, we've got Donjon Marlin, Cody Gakpo, and Brian Brobberist, who's been chipping in with a whole host of goals for the Dutch as well. What about a starting lineup? Well, we're going to go with this here with a 4-3-3. This was the formation and the personnel involved in that game against Tunisia, which I don't really know it mattered most because the Dutch technically were on their way. I think it was just more of a formality, and they kind of want to secure top spot, I would imagine. But anyway, they had Verbruggen between the sticks, Van der Ven on the left-hand side, Van Dijk, we got Van Hecke, Dumfries, we have Reiners, De Jong, Gravenberch, Gakpo, Brobberist, and Marlin up top. So that was the personnel. And we could see that. We might see a little bit of change, but regardless, this is, of course, how they ended up Group F. In a difficult Group F, of course, it was from the get-go. It wasn't perfect for the Dutch, but they made light work of the last few games, picking up the win against the Swedes, 5-1, and then also picking up the win over Tunisia, 3-1 as well, to score 10 goals in the qualifiers. Conceding, though, they were a little bit sloppy at the back, and that could be a kink in their armour that Morocco would like to explore coming into this. And speaking of Morocco, they're coming at you right here, right now. And this is, of course, how they qualified for this World Cup. They qualified as Group E winners, secured themselves on the 5th of September 2025. This is their 7th tournament. 2022 was their last. 3 successive tournaments, and of course, they finished 4th in the last World Cup in Qatar. Of course, they're hoping to match that, if not better that. Managed by Mohamed Kouabi, of course, captained by Akash Afraf Hakimi, VIP being Yassine Bounou between the sticks, and they're ranked 8th in the world rankings at the moment, of course. I expected them to get to round 32, but did I expect them to get more than that? Well, we're going to have to see right here, right now, because this is a very, very tricky passageway. They've got Bono between the sticks, of course. We've got Naif Aguada as well, Missouri at the back there on the books of Manchester United, Chad Rayad as well on the books of Palace, and of course into midfield the likes of El Kaunous, Sofian Amrabat, Azinu Anadi as well. Of course, moving forward, El Kayabi on the books of Olympiacos, or Briam Diaz on the books of Real Madrid, amongst others. And they've been good. And honestly, I thought they were a one-trick pony coming into this, but they've shown that they've got a really good squad here. And this is, of course, the formation that we're likely to see: a 4-2-3-1 with Bono between the sticks. We've got Salah down left-hand side, Riyad, Halal, Hakimi, El Anoui, Anamabat, El Kanous, Salih Birari, Briam Diaz, and El Kabi up top. That's the likelihood of what we could see. This was, of course, I believe, the formation and setup they used in the last game. And, of course, the last game was a 4-2 win over Haiti to finish second, level on points with Brazil. Just the goals conceded or goals scored didn't get them above Brazil in this one. But it started with that matchup against Brazil. They drew. They did beat Scotland with that quick-fire goal. And honestly, they were just in cruise control in that last game. They did a little bit of a wobble against Haiti, but they fought back. Not only to come back into the game, but to win it, and winning it convincingly none the same. A quick look at these two nations then. They have played each other in previous matchups. They have played 3 matches. 2 wins for the Dutch, 1 win for Morocco. And of course, the Dutch have outscored the Moroccans 5-4. The valuations of the squad, though, also favour the Dutch here. 750 million euros for the Dutch, 447 million for Morocco. The squad age is much younger, the Dutch, much younger than the Moroccans, 26.7 compared to 27.8. For the Netherlands. Again, the foreigners, though, 24 of the squad for both the Netherlands and Morocco play outside the country of their choosing, or of their nationality there. Coming into this win index, 46% favours the Dutch, 25% favours Morocco, 29% is the draw here. As for the public opinion back in the Dutch here, 61%, Morocco, 39% on this one. What else do I have for you? It's me. We'll do me in just a second. I want to show you the live table or the live bracket right now, because the winner of this game will then take on the winner of the South Africa Canada game. This is actually nailed down. It's already set in stone. A lot of this bracket is still dynamic, still changing, still flexible, of course. But we do know the passageway that the winner of this Dutch-Morocco game will take on the winner of South Africa Canada, which is basically a straight shootout to the quarterfinals, where they likely take on the French or the Germans, depending on how that pans out, if everything goes away that football does, or is meant to do. But you know what football is like. Anyway, regardless, coming into this game, what do I think on this one? It's a tough game, isn't it? I think there's going to be goals in this one. I think it's going to be goals aplenty. And I'm gonna, the Dutch have been great. But Morocco have shown some fight in this. They've shown the ability to be not afraid of anybody in this. The Brazil game, of course, they took care of business. The Scottish game, I know that wasn't much of a threat, but they got the early lead. They kind of kept the composure. And the Haiti game, and again, Haiti ain't no monstrous challenge, but they came back in that game not once but twice to get ourselves back into it. So I'm gonna go back, because I just think the Moroccan Moroccan team here has got this never say die attitude. They've faced everything. They faced the ability to hold a game or hold a big opponent in Brazil. I saw them hold off Scottish side, resilience there, and they've shown the fight back against the Haiti side. I think there's quality there. I think there's unresolved business here for Morocco. I think they believe they should make it to the semi-finals once again. The Dutch will give them a game, and I think this could be one of the games for the ages. I do expect plenty of goals. I'm going to go 3-2 here. It might even be an extra time. I don't think it'll go the distance. I think there will be maybe either a late winner in this game, maybe the 89th minute, or maybe into extra time. I'm going to go with Morocco. It's a brave call, but regardless, we're in for a treat in this game, and of course, that's what the World Cup is meant to be, bringing us games like these. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. That's, of course, my prediction for this upcoming game. Make sure you check out the prediction for the cat and also the ping pong balls. I've got their own crazy way of predicting the outcome of this match and all matches at this World Cup. Of course, make sure you subscribe, smash the like wherever you are, of course, as we continue our journey throughout this 2026 World Cup. Until then, though, I'll see you soon when we return, whenever that is. But until then, we are done.